This is officially episode 1 of Going Postal. I'm Dylan and this is my boy Sam. I'm just going to give you guys a little foreplay to introduce myself. I'm a mailman. I have a great wife and a great child that love me very much. And I'm pretty high right now. Going to you, Sam. How you feeling?
Well, I don't have really anything like nice like that in my life, but I dig holes for a living. I lay pipe for a living, and other than that, I mean, I'm chilling. I'm high as well. So today we're gonna talk about an interesting topic that I'm sure you've heard a lot about before.
Just a couple good old boys talking about 9/11, but we don't want to get into that too quick to, let the algorithms actually give us a chance in this world.
911, boys. I don't think it matters. No matter what, the algorithm's gonna fuck us here. So I think you should just get that out of your head. I think you should just get that out of your head. We're here. We're here because we're tired of the average everyday motherfucker. The bar has been set so low, and we are tired of it. The things I've seen in the street, whenever you walk down the street and look at the average man nowadays, the caliber of man walking down the street, is it ever very, even decent to you? Is it even decent? Think about this. That's what we're here to talk about. It's not just 9/11. It's not just conspiracies. This whole entire podcast, it's about setting the bar a little bit fucking higher.
You guys deserve better, honestly, than the bullshit that's been putting out by everyone else. We're coming here with fucking facts. We're locked and loaded. We've been researching hours, slaving away for you guys, watching one documentary on 9/11.
If anybody asks, our sources are screenshots.
We have memes.
Our sources are screenshots. This is a comedy podcast. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
But for real, though, just show me like one video of a plane actually hitting the Pentagon, please.
I mean, how many fucking cameras do they have on the side of the building and we only see one video of it and it's just like the most blurry thing? I mean, I don't know, dude. Who knows? Whatever.
We're not getting into that yet. We wouldn't dare get into that yet.
Dude, we've already got into it. Where's Baldy? Where's Baldy?
So honestly, the maneuvers going into the Pentagon of that plane is like damn near impossible by any pilot. Any pilot, basically, with thousands of hours of experience couldn't pull off what this random hijacker did, going in at such a high speed, just fucking right into the side of the Pentagon, not the roof, the easy to hit roof. He waited to go around the Pentagon and then whipped her around fast as fuck to go into the wall of the Pentagon, which is so much harder to hit.
The wall that had been reinforced not a month prior, but random Mohammed from Saudi Arabia was able to pull off that little fucking maneuver in the side of the Pentagon. I'm not sweating it, dude. You're lying.
30 hours of flight experience will help you do that job. That's no problem.
With a Cessna that his flight instructor said that he barely could fly at all. I mean, boys, the things that you've been told about this day, they're a little bit fishy. That's what we're here to talk about.
I just want one person to show me footage of a plane hitting the Pentagon, but not only that, I want to see a hijacker actually boarding one of these planes. There's no picture from all these airports with so much footage, so much cameras, doesn't show one hijacker boarding one of these planes that these people were on. Why is that not there?
Dude, I mean, they found a hijacker's passport on the ground, like next to one of the crashes. I mean, they were there, dude. It was perfectly fine. They just find the fucking totally intact passport just lying on the fucking ground of one of the hijackers. I mean, for Christ's sakes, people. For Christ's sakes.
The Twin Towers were literally turned into rubble. They only found some people by just specks of DNA. Just specks of a body part is how they identified people, but no, they find these fully intact passports that show you who flew the plane into the Twin Towers. And another thing about the plane that hit into the Twin Towers. Show me another plane going that fast at that high of an altitude. Let's say, I don't even know what the Twin Towers are, 2,000 feet in the air. Show me another plane going 550 miles an hour at 2,000 feet. There is nothing like that ever, other than the 9/11 footage that you've seen.
Dude, I mean, fuck the towers being hit. Let's talk about World Trade Center 7, like a building, a building like 5 blocks away just fucking explodes and fucking turns to rubble, and everybody's like, oh yeah, it was fucking just burnt down from the fucking inside, boys. It totally fucking imploded.
And the 9/11 commission that showed they tried to show computer simulations of how it went down, and they could not explain how it went down, just like a controlled demolition. There's no explaining it whenever there's no fires anywhere else in any skyscraper that put a huge building down like that.
Traces of thermite were found in the basement. I mean, an attack had already been performed on other buildings. Basement attacks, basement bomb attacks have already been performed on other buildings. I mean, people... It all adds up. I mean, everything of that day, it's the mainstream narrative. If you think about it, it all adds up.
The 9/11 commission that put out the mainstream narrative that everyone believes is fucking corrupt as fuck. They just overlook just information that's right in front of them just to try to fit their agenda and try to fit what they think or what they're trying to make you think happened. And before 9/11, months before, Putin told U.S. intelligence agencies there was pilots training for suicide missions on U.S. targets in the summer of 2001. In June 2001, German intelligence told the CIA Middle Easterners were training for hijackings, and the FBI advised the Attorney General not to fly commercially.
I don't know, dude. They're shuttering your mind. Your doorways to perception. I mean, these people are demons, people.
It's literally a fight of good versus evil. It made me fucking sick watching this documentary and seeing what these people were willing to do to make... I don't even know what it was for, if it was literally just for money or if they were covering up something worse. I can't even imagine what they were covering up to just go through this much. Also, Larry Silverstein just buying the fucking Twin Towers 3 months before they go down. He just finalizes his purchase and they go down 3 months later. Isn't that fucking crazy? And he was in a car wreck and was still in a huge rush to spend billions of dollars to buy these Twin Towers. What the fuck was that for?
Let's not talk about the blood rituals or anything like that. Fuck. Come on now.
With all the information beforehand, people were warned that there were suicide bombers preparing for an attack like this. They didn't know what was going to happen exactly, but there was many reports that months before this, giving them a clue as to what was going to happen. And then they know all this, and then the day of, they have 4 pilots defending the entire northeast of the United States. And they sent all their pilots to Canada and Alaska for training exercises whenever they have all this information beforehand. 4 pilots for the entire northeast of the United States.
Dude, there were war games going on the whole entire time. They didn't call off the war games until the second tower got hit. They didn't call off the war games until the terror attacks were fucking over.
I really don't think that most of the United States even knows about the war games. I don't even know how much that was talked about and how people just overlook what happened that day. And if you just look at it unbiasedly, you can clearly see that it was not what you've been told.
I mean, it's just so blatant, just so obvious that they don't give a fuck. I mean, have you ever heard anybody talk about the war games? Have you ever heard anybody talk about what actually happened on that day? Our whole entire country's defense system just totally fell apart, and afterwards, everybody got a promotion or got a raise. Everybody involved at the end of that day. So I don't know if if you guys fuck up at your jobs and you get a promotion and you get a fucking raise, I don't. I don't fucking get that, but I mean, these people do.
They just clearly overlook people saying that they knew that a plane was coming towards the Pentagon, and they could have shot it down, and they didn't. They knew that it was coming, and there was a standby order to just let it happen. You don't think that's fishy, that they would let... the biggest people in the United States are just letting a plane come right towards them?
Let's just not even talk about the missing wreckage that day, too. I mean, in the fucking Pentagon, no piece of that plane. I mean, do you see a fucking piece of a plane? You're telling me a whole entire plane fucking disintegrates into the side of the building, and, like, I mean, if you look at those pictures, the building's pretty fucked up, but, like, it does not look like a plane flew into it. It does not look like a fucking 747 flew into the side of the goddamn building.
The hole is also so much smaller than it's supposed to be. Like, with the wings, the wing length just doesn't even add up at all. The hole is so much smaller than a Boeing 757 flying through that motherfucker. No pieces of it anywhere. There's nothing. They sent a goddamn cruise missile into the Pentagon, is what I'm saying.
I mean, they fucking...
Also, what is
They
going
did a lot of things that day.
what is going on with the cell phone calls from 30,000 feet up? These people are just calling their relatives. I know I'm not getting service up there. I don't know what about you, Sam?
I don't fucking get service down here, so...
But they're calling
30,000 fucking feet, I don't know.
Hey, family, I just like to let you know we have hijackers up here. Hijackers for sure. Middle Eastern hijackers.
I mean, even nowadays you get Wi-Fi on planes. You don't get fucking cell signal. So it still doesn't make sense to this day.
I don't know what happened to those people, but I don't think they were on that plane that hit into the Twin Towers, and I don't think they were on a plane whenever they hit the Pentagon. I don't know if they landed in some military base and got iced. Like, I don't know what happened to them, but I really think that there was no people in those planes.
They sent them packing to Middle Earth, dude. I mean, they went to Hyperborea.
I hope they're in Agartha.
They went to the Summer Gate. I mean, flat out. These people are fucking gone. I don't know.
They really might have just dropped them off in a military base and iced them, and they like held a gun to their head and made them call their families saying the Middle Eastern hijackers took over these planes. I don't know what happened, but it was not what you've been told by the 9/11 Commission, I'll tell you that.
I mean, dude, these are the most highly trained fucking Arabs you've ever seen in your entire life, bro. These are the special forces of the Arabs. You should chill on them. Give them some fucking credit, I mean...
This is going postal. For retards, by retards. I just had to throw that in there.
I don't know about that.
I looked up on DuckDuckGo, like, best facts to support that 9/11 was an inside job, and there was just no results, basically, other than saying that the 9/11 conspiracy theories are retarded. And that's on DuckDuckGo. That's supposedly, like, the unbiased shit, and I couldn't even find facts supporting that 9/11 was an inside job at all.
I mean, dude, to find anything, you gotta go on tour. Like, you can't find fucking anything nowadays. Like, just look up pedophile cults on Google, or look up 9/11, the 9/11 conspiracy on Google. Like, don't just fucking look at the Wikipedia. Like, scroll down and just look at all the bullshit. Just look how fucking obvious it is that they are just whitewashing everything. Everything you look up, every conspiracy you look up. I mean, just anything. Just look up anything controversial and you'll see the fucking whitewashing.
If you've seen the Jeffrey Epstein documentary on Netflix, you'll know a little bit of information about him, but it does not tell you anything at all of what really happened. They just give you, like, a little bit of information. I think the term is a limited hangout, to where they just like try to give you just a small tidbit of information and act like you know the whole thing.
Dude, they make Jeffrey Epstein look like this fucking cool guy. I mean, they make him look...
Getting massages in Miami.
They make him look like he's fucking the Great Gatsby. You can just convince anybody of fucking anything, but I mean... I don't fucking know.
I don't know who he was working with, Mossad or whatever, but he was blackmailing very high individuals all around the world, and he had dirt on a lot of people, and it was very convenient that he committed suicide. I know this has been talked about a lot, but it's still like no person has ever been arrested in that case at all, besides his wife. And there's so many people that flew on his plane.
I mean, dude, we're just beating a fucking dead horse at this point. Everybody knows. People, just by the way, this isn't a fucking, like, a sitcom where you make it to the final episode and you get a fucking resolution. I mean, they killed Jeffrey Epstein in front of the whole entire world, and nobody really even gives a fuck. I mean, everybody knows that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, but at the end of the day, who knows who to punish, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Nobody will ever even research it because of how dangerous it is to get close to this. Flat out, there's going to be no resolution for Jeffrey Epstein's death ever.
Never. If you ever want to kill yourself, just look up Pizzagate and try to debunk it, and then Hillary Clinton will just do it for you.
I mean, dude, there's White House staffers emailing Hillary Clinton that they sacrificed a chicken to Moloch. I mean, that's a real fucking email in the Podesta tapes. I mean, these people are fucked. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but maybe in another episode we'll fucking get into it. It's just too much for this.
It's so bullshit what they did to Assange and how he basically just got, like, banned from the country for being honestly a patriot trying to expose what was going on, and he really was being a hero and just got kicked out of the country and no one gives a fuck at all or supports him.
I mean, dude, nowadays being a patriot's the most fucking dangerous occupation you can have. The amount of people that have been killed over bringing truth to matters is really crazy in a place that we think that we have freedom of speech.
I was just looking at the Clinton body count the other day, and just if you 10% of those people, if she killed them, that's fucking 10 people. Like, there's 100 people on her list of people that she knows that have killed themselves or died in mysterious ways. Like, obviously, 1 out of 10 of those she's icing.
And I mean, those are just the Clintons. Those are like
those are just one family.
The sloppiest motherfuckers you can think of.
We actually know their names.
Those are probably just like trailer park trash fucking rich people.
The Rockefellers, Clintons, like, if you actually know their names, you don't even, those are just the people that like that are in the populace, like, that you know their names. The people that you don't know their names is the real evil.
Yeah, the fact that you know their names is just proof that they have just not enough anonymity. Like, the real people that, like, what people usually refer to as they, I mean, you'll never know these people. You'll never know. They're just fucking, like, as weird as it is to say and as, like, fucking just convenient as it seems to say, like, they really are just, like, shadows behind a fucking curtain. You really cannot know who these people are behind it.
Not only the people that you don't know, but even the people that you do know. There's some real evil going on out there between high level people. Like, the royal family is flying on Epstein's plane, probably having sex with children. Prince Andrew went on TV so cocky, thinking he could pull it off, and just basically didn't say he was a pedophile, but it looks bad for him.
Dude, the fact that pedophilia is just being so accepted nowadays, like, minor attracted persons, whenever I heard MAPS the first time, I wanted to fucking scream. MAPS? Are you shitting me? They fucking come up with a tranny shit, and now they're coming up with fucking minor attracted persons. Like, where does it stop, people? That's just what I wonder. Where the fuck does it stop? This is what I'm talking about with setting the bar a little bit higher. How low is the bar that we have to fucking think about minor attracted persons, and people want to accept them?
It's just pure evil, pedophilia, and people like that just should not be accepted by anybody, I believe.
Dude, I mean, it's honestly like a crime worse than murder. Like, you're fucking somebody over for, like, the rest of their life. Like, really destroying their emotions for the rest of their fucking days. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing fucking taking it back. Fucks people up bad.
There's high-level people in politics doing it too, right under your noses, and you don't give a fuck. Nobody's doing anything about it. And this video, if you're actually hearing this, I don't even know how, because it's probably so censored by YouTube, and just anything out there is censoring this type of topic.
I mean, it's kind of hard to describe the level of debauchery that the elites get up to. I mean, the parties that you weren't invited to, the parties behind closed doors, what the fuck do you think goes on there?
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
But honestly, it's sick. It's pretty bad. Diddy probably did some bad shit. I didn't know LeBron was getting. I think LeBron might have some dirt on him. I don't know.
Dude, LeBron is just already a fucking greaseball. Like, you don't even need dirt on him to not like that motherfucker.
He carries a book around and just pretends he knows how to read all the time.
Dude, the Malcolm X book he fucking carries around, like, LeBron, could you really tell us anything about fucking Malcolm X? Like, can you please tell us anything about the fucking...
Back to the topic at hand, though, I think 9/11 was a controlled demolition. Those towers went down with lots of dynamite or whatever the fuck they planted in there, but it was planted beforehand, and that plane had nothing to do with those towers going down at all.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have already heard this. You guys already know this. I mean, if you're here hearing this, if you're researching this, I know you already fucking know this. Like, these things, just look up 9/11 Newport Harbor. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.